Welcome to the fields at Southern Virginia University here in Buena Vista. We are excited to get this telecast to you brought live on the first draw of the game. We've had a little technical difficulty getting the game started right away at the start of the 5 p.m. hour. But lucky enough here, Craig and the technical team have gotten us to a beautiful scene, as you can now see. Quality picture of our fields up here in the hills on campus here at Southern Virginia University. I'm Jason Lamb. I am the athletic director and the men's lacrosse coach, and very honored and excited to be with you for the telecast here of the first home game for our 2015 spring Lady Night Lacrosse. This game is a home opener for the women's lacrosse team for the 2015 season. Our women's lacrosse team comes in with an 0-3 record. Tough battles at Methodist and Bridgewater, and in between a good contest for us. It's against Ferrum on the road as well. Right off the first draw, Southern Virginia maintained a first offensive possession, which was great. Randolph now retains possession on a quick turnover, and easy opportunity with a shot on goal right down the seam of the defense. Taylor from Randolph with a great shot, but there was a quality save there by our goalkeeper, Cammie Miller. Cammie Miller comes to us from, is a freshman from Harriman, Utah, Harriman High School. Randolph comes into this contest with an 0-1 record. They had their first game loss, their only contest thus far this season, against Goucher, a 14-1 loss just this past Saturday. Weather is wreaking havoc here on the East Coast. For those of you, shot 12, goal scored while I'm talking. This offensive shot without any assistance defensively. Taylor, and I'm not going to say the name right. I do apologize to the family. This number 12, Taylor Clevens. I think that's what it's going to be. Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Cherry Hill High School senior, Taylor Clevens. So the score is 1-0 at the 28 mark on the first half, 1-0 for Randolph. As I was mentioning earlier, the weather has wreaked havoc here on the East Coast. Many games, particularly for our baseball, softball teams, have been all either canceled or postponed for the most part. And Randolph has had 2 postponed games with Methodist and Greensboro. Both have been played at home here in Lynchburg, in the Lynchburg area. Fortunately for the Knights and the contests that have been needed to be played thus far have happened. So again, score is 1-0. Only a couple minutes into the contest. These two teams squared off again last year. The score by my record, I'm going to look it up here if I can. I think it was about 14 or 15 to 2. 14-5, so I was close. 14-5 last year. Last year being first year for head coach Jordan Sorensen, who's now as assistant coach. Head coach this year, we're excited. We have with us Coach Nancy Weber, comes to us from the Charlottesville area, and is in her first season with us as a first year as a full-fledged Division III member of the Capital Athletic Conference. Possession turnover given to the Knights. Rainey Whitworth there with a challenge dodge there, which was solid, and then a turnover defensively taken away. Seems to be we're going to see a lot of number 12 today for Randolph, that being Taylor Clevens. And Taylor doing a great job on that takeaway, and then another turnover possession given back to Southern Virginia. Our broadcast, to stay out of this weather, for those who wouldn't know, we're sitting in a shed adjacent to the field, which makes things a little bit easier in these elements. So some of the calls I'm not going to be able to hear. Plus, I'll be very honest and upfront, I am a men's coach for the game of lacrosse, which means I know very little comparatively about the rules of the women's game, respectfully so. And so I will miss some calls there periodically. At least what's transitioning with some of the officials' calls. But do know the flow of the game, and back and forth. Again, Clevens making a run up the field. Seems like she does it all. Great assist pass into the center. That's going to make it 2-0 for Randolph. That'll be a goal for Leah Hughes from Spring City, Pennsylvania, or Owen J. Roberts High School. Leah is a sophomore. So that was a great assist from Clevens to Hughes. That'll make it a 2-0 score And we are sitting at 26 minutes in the first half remaining. Rainey Whitworth there made a great run up the right side, up the right hash, down on a dodge situation. She was double teamed. This will be the theme of the day. We're going to have to see the differences between these two teams defensively and the strategies employed. So far, Southern Virginia has left some of the offensive players a little bit on an island, a little bit open. This will be a redraw here. Again, I'm not perfect on a lot of these calls, but it looked to me like 12 Taylor Clemens was not able to get her stick in the draw high enough. I don't know the technical term, but that means that was a violation at the draw. So Clemens is going to be all over the field. She looks like a super player for as a senior midfielder for Randolph and the Wildcats, and so we're going to see her up and down the field. But again, I think the theme is going to be what is each team trying to do strategically, defensively particularly. How will each team react to either single help defense, meaning you're on an island and you're going to have to make it work, or you're going to be receiving double team help, and how will you adjust? There, Randolph again using a little bit of a double team on the 8 meter and being very aggressive to help defense, which is making things more complicated for the Knights. Great pass and opportunity for Rainey. If she can bury the shot there, triple, quadruple team, this is the time to move the ball, find the shooter. Rainey is the superstar for us here and is the leading scorer thus far in the 2015 campaign. She leads the teams with 5 goals to this point. Great isolation dodge there for Claire Houtling. She ended up getting a recipient of an easy one-on-one opportunity because of the triple-double team, quadruple team that Rainey was receiving. That combination is going to speak true, I think, most of the day today. We're going to see a lot between Rainey and Claire. They are the two leaders of the program right here, particularly based on, obviously, their abilities offensively. They're also leaders to the team in all of the ways. Claire coming off of an unfortunate injury last year, and so you see her in the brace. A little bit of a stall tactic here. Again, I don't mean to allude to the men versus the women. Typical style here. Women are going to not play defensively behind the goal. That is a choice Randolph makes. It's not required. They could go back and defend. And so they wait for the offensive player to come above the goal and choose again. As you'll see there defensively, the Randolph defender, Addie Moore, sophomore from Lexington, Virginia, right here nearby. How exciting is that? She's Rockbridge County. Welcome back to Addie Moore to the area. Shout out to my son's a lacrosse player at the Rockbridge County Wildcat High School team as well. Ball transitions back to the Randolph offensive half. Great play there again by Clevens. Clevens did distribute to Leah again. Hughes. That looks to me like this is going to be a free shot, 8-meter shot. The foul is being occurred or is being Darian Sorensen. This would be for maybe a dangerous check of some sort. So this is a free 8-meter shot. We need our goalie to step up big here, and it helps. She misses the goal, but there's going to be a violation. And I guess from what I can see on the camera, Zoe Bradshaw, one of our more athletic, experienced players on our team, super player, either left early or had her foot on the red 8-meter. It's hard to see in the camera. Great save by Cammie Miller. Phenomenal save. So first 8-meter shot, misses a goal. Second 8-meter shot, save Cammie Miller. Ball goes out of bounds. So a newer rule to the women's game of recent, from my understanding. Again, apologize if I'm incorrect. So closest to the shot retains possession or gains possession. And so in this case, defensively, Southern Virginia did a great job there. Mara Cadiente. Mara ended up being closest to the ball, and the ball goes out. Now, one great improvement this year for our Knights, I could tell you right now, just watching Rainey make that seemingly almost 100-yard sprint down the field, the Knights are in great shape. Coach Weber has made it a point of emphasis this year with this young team. We may not have enough ladies to play with everybody, but we're going to make sure the ladies we have are in shape and condition to be able to play this game. Isolation on the right wing for Zoe Bradshaw. Again, Zoe, midfielder from Montana, Stevensville. Phenomenal player athletically. Fun watching her both on the soccer field as well as on the lacrosse field. I had the privilege of working with her a little bit over the last year or so. and seeing her progress both, but what particularly being able to be involved with her progressing as a lacrosse player. I had the privilege of coaching many of these girls for a semester, and when I first arrived. All right, there was a goalie clear, ball out of bounds. They must have called a cover of some kind, an infraction for Randolph, which in turn gave possession to Southern Virginia. It will be Southern Virginia ball, but there's a timeout. Knights call the timeout. 22:10 left in the first half. Coach Weber chooses to give the girls a chance to catch their breath and kind of organize. You can see on the film hill, Coach Sorensen, as I mentioned, was the head coach last year. He is now the assistant coach for the Lady Knights lacrosse, and take the opportunity to kind of catch a breath, get organized, and put this game into perspective. This is a game we hope, we expect is a game that we can be in for the full full duration of the game, and full 60 minutes. So if we can get a little organized, right there offensively, Coach Sorensen takes the offense and is going to give out some instructions. Coach Weber in this particular timeout talking to the defenders. So, again, apologize to those of you who, when we got onto the broadcast, we were going through some struggles and difficulties getting all the equipment up in order. This is, by my account, Craig, this is our first game at the field since our last football game, or soccer, whatever it was in the fall, the last event. I think it was football. But it's been months since we've been up together in the shed, prepping and organizing all the technical pieces to get this production together. It is absolutely amazing the ability that we have to bring these games to you on such high quality stream definition, as well as just the many ways that we can make these productions great. This is all brought to you for the to enhance the player experience. We know that our players come from all over the country. Our women's lacrosse team, I'm staring at the roster, we have Florida, Georgia, Germany, technically as well, California, Utah, Montana, New Mexico, Oregon, Idaho, Maryland, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. We represent a lot of regions untypical to the schools in this area that draw just mostly from Virginia. We, the fans of Southern Virginia, draw from all over the country. And so our ability to bring this streamcast to you is a tremendous asset to the athletic experience here at Southern Virginia. Grateful to Art Furler and his team today, Craig Reese, and all of those who helped make this production happen. We have students, believe it or not, holding umbrellas and running these cameras in the cold. And hats off to them and make it possible. A quick restart. The Lady Knights are going to gain possession. As I mentioned earlier, some of the objective is to determine the way that one team is going to defend you, whether you can gain that information from scout film, or certainly after a few minutes you're going to gain some insight as to the way they're going to pressure, where they're going to double, where they're not going to double, who they may double or who they may not double. And again, as I mentioned earlier, Randolph's made the conscious decision here to not play the ball behind the goal, very common to the women's game. That brings in some opportunities. Zoe, with a good sprint run, does get a right wing dodge opportunity and a shot, not on goal, but a great opportunity. Zoe, as I mentioned earlier, has extremely strong athleticism and brings a competitive approach to the game of lacrosse, something she must have also learned from playing on the women's soccer team. Also part of the strategy of lacrosse, no different for the men as it is for the women, is the opportunity to be smart about time of possession. Unfortunately, there's going to be a call against Samantha Jones, a senior. The roster shows that she's from Germany, Ramstein, Germany. Moving screen would be the call there, very similar as we know from women's basketball. So the turnover to the Wildcats and the transition up the field. There's Zoe and her athleticism, disrupting that pass. Great positioning. I think, though, yeah, they're going to give a call there. Zoe may have. I'm not going to guess. I'm sure I'll be wrong. It had to either be some sort of infraction related to a check or some sort of fraction related to covering, something along those lines. And I apologize to the fans out there. Those rules, again, being just a little bit too different from the men. This restart is dangerous play for the Knights. As I watched it happen and unfold, you'll notice there's no help defense, and so Ashton Ewers from William Campbell High School here in Gladys, Virginia, scores a goal unassisted down the right hash on that transition restart. as I mentioned earlier, turnovers are difficult. Transitioning back to the defensive half with a short possession, and as the camera doesn't lie, this ended up being a one-on-one situation. I don't remember who the defender was, but she was left on an island to defend the shooter there, Ewers, who ended up getting a goal. So the score is 3-0, and we'll have another draw. Claire Houtling will be who is taking the draw for us. I apologize, Claire. I should know how to pronounce your last name, but I'm pretty sure Houtling is the right pronunciation. But Claire will draw, and she goes up against Clevens, and Clevens maintains the ground ball possession, and with speed is going to knife right through that defense. Multiple defenders attempting to slow her down. That's a good example of help defense there. A few girls were making it. At least a few more girls are making it more complicated or difficult for her to get a clear shot off of the goal. So good job, Lady Knights defense. Already a quick turnover. Elizabeth Bonner, and make sure I got my notes right. Elizabeth Bonney with a takeaway. Fun story about Elizabeth. The first semester that I was here was her first semester picking up a lacrosse stick. She came out eager, and I think at the time she was actually only 16. She graduated high school early and came to Southern Virginia University early by age, and came in and had all this energy to learn a new sport, and has come in and been a great contributor. She now starts and plays a lot of minutes for the Southern Virginia women's lacrosse team. Great story. Glad she's a part of our program. Zoe with that isolation dodge on that wing. Phenomenal move there. That would be a little bit of a slip, a little bit of a split or slip dodge there. Tremendous job. Great choreography for the Southern Virginia offense to isolate Zoe on that right wing. She's a strong right-handed shooter. She has a great first step. She's confident in her abilities to get an open look. And isolation dodge there, going back to the theme I mentioned earlier, kind of set up play there that made it not possible, or at least not very easily, for Randolph to employ a double team and or stop Zoe and her isolation dodge on that right wing. Thanks to Craig Reese, we now have our graphic up, which is not easily done and makes us look just like ESPN. And we have our graphic in the corner here. Southern Virginia's first goal, scores 3-1, 19:22 left in the first quarter. Great graphic. Proud to be a member of the CAC. Love that logo. And great things happening here in the athletic department. We're still young. We're still learning. We're still bringing in all the right people we need to compete in this great conference, but love being a part of the Capital Athletic Conference. On that draw, I didn't quite see where the violation existed. It might have been, well, I'm not going to guess again. I didn't quite see it, but it does become Southern Virginia ball, which is great. Claire handling the ball. Claire is a sophomore from Peachtree City, Georgia, Stars Mill High School. Ball played out of bounds. Zoe's a little frustrated. It'll be a turnover, Randolph ball. And that's going to be the key to today, as I mentioned earlier. You know, who can maintain possession time, who can employ the better defense. All right, my understanding now on this call here is we're going to have, it is going to be Randolph ball based on where it went out of bounds. So Zoe, good attempt to defend. Great hustle, Rainey. Great check, Zoe. That's not easily done, and Zoe covered the ball again. That one I could see clearly. She turned her stick over the wrong way, covering the ball. That is an easy call for the official to give the ball back to Randolph. You know, I feel bad for Zoe there because she just did a phenomenal job, and together with Rainey getting in and impeding the progress of Randolph in that transition situation. Defensively, Andy Martin on ball and defending behind the goal. Good help defense there with Darian Sorensen. And Randolph now will maintain possession. No help defense, inside roll, and a goal for Randolph. Again, if I can see the numbers correctly, it looks like Taylor Clevens, isolation on the back right side. There was help defense for a minute, then there wasn't help defense. And again, that timing of when you help and when you don't help makes all the difference. And right there we have a goal, easy goal on the inside roll. Hard to defend that by yourself, and certainly hard coming to you as a goalie. I played goalie myself, and when you have an offensive player that close to the goal with an opportunity to score, that's a tough place to be collectively. So that will be Coach Weber's objective through the remainder of the half and leading into the rest of this. The rest of this game is to determine where we're going to get help from and the consistency to that to limit those shooting locations. Howling again on the draw with Clevens. Straight up, good play both ways unless there's an illegal check. Good ground ball play. Zoe being aggressive and oh, sorry, that's not Zoe. That is number 2. So that's going to be Rainey, right? So yeah, it is. Rainey ended up being a little bit too aggressive. I personally tend to like to see that. I like to see the more aggressive play, especially if it doesn't cost you in a goal or certainly a yellow card. Switch off defensively there. Andy Martin takes the ball carrier, and Virginia settles in defensively in a man-to-man defense. A little bit of help opportunity. Unfortunately, Darian Sorensen's going to be called for shooting space as she jumped in front of the shooter but didn't come at the appropriate angle. So that's going to be an 8-meter shot. Foul called on Darian Sorensen. Darian, a junior from Poway, California, transferred by way of BYU, Idaho. I cannot see the shooter for Randolph, but this is a difficult situation and a great decision. Again, I don't know who made that pass, but they know who Clevens is. They found her on the backside on the restart on the 8-meter, and a tremendous save by Cammie Miller. It's great to see her step up and keep the Knights in this. Throwaway, casual throwaway by Randolph, which will give possession to Southern Virginia, and Zoe, the athlete that she is, from sideline to sideline, and now from end line to end line. She made her way to the right side of the field to get that ball to be to start this transition look for the Knights and bring the ball up. Nice to see Sarah Vanderweeden. She makes a good look, not a clean pass, to Erica Golden. Erica from South Jordan Bingham High School. She's a minor. Again, we've got a chance for the offense to settle down. I'll tell you, I wish the guys played like this sometimes. You know, as a coach, you'd like your offense to just settle down and take a deep breath and relax. The guys are never so kind. They'll pressure you in the guys' game all over the place. Good look to the inside, Claire to Rainey. Again, I think we're going to see that theme quite often. There should be a 3-second, well, either a 3-second call. There is a flag, a delay call. That could be a 3-second call. I'm not 100%. Great camera angle here on the restart on this 8-meter shot. Claire will get an 8-meter shot. Let's hope she can stick this. We've been working on some of her shooting. Then she buries the shot there on an 8-meter. Phenomenal job. I don't know the call. Again, it should have been maybe a 3-second, or it could have been some sort of foul. But the way the official called that, I think it looked like it was a 3-second call. We are getting fog and misty weather up here. I hope the cameras will be able to continue to capture this great event we're having up on our campus. Snow all around us and wet weather today. More snow coming tonight. The weather of this spring of March 2015 is here. And so it looks like this is a timeout for Randolph, my understanding it is. So the ladies will come over and get organized for a minute as they have brought the game back to a 2-goal contest, 4-2, with a great 8-meter free shot for Rainey Whitworth. The weather has been fun for us. I personally don't mind the cold or the wet or the snow, having grown up in it all my life. Been in Utah, Colorado, and Indiana, and now in Virginia, and grew up originally in New York. It's just kind of been everywhere I've been, so it doesn't be bothersome to me. But it has made things quite difficult for our teams in preparation, and as I mentioned earlier, in actually competing in many of our games. We've had many games for baseball, softball postponed and rescheduled, and unfortunately many of them canceled. But thanks to our grounds crew who have been tirelessly working to get up to our fields after the storms that have blown through and make it possible for us to play. Our men's lacrosse team played up here on Saturday. We actually played the same Randolph College Wildcats men's lacrosse team here on Saturday. We ended up losing the game 18-10. Unfortunately, it was a 1-goal game at half. And but then our contest, the younger team, we ended up getting away from us. But proud of the efforts of the men's lacrosse team. Women's lacrosse team is in their first home contest. Many thanks also to the folks in our scorers table. You may get a shot there of the what we call the donkeys, those two big portable score tables that are protected from the elements. We have quite a few folks here making sure this game comes off as much professionally speaking as you would want as a Capital Athletic team as we host. And we've got great folks there for our stats crew, our scoreboard crew, those that are helping with many of the pieces to put a production together like this for our women's lacrosse team. So we have a minute, I feel appropriate to thank them for all they do. The athlete experience is key for us here at Southern Virginia. We want to make sure from the practicing to the games to the weight room to the training room to certainly the academic process of helping all of our athletes have the best experience possible. One of the points that I'm conscious of as the athletic director is how often we have so many folks invested in the athlete experience, and so in a moment like this, I think it's appropriate to make sure they're recognized. And as we do all that we can to make sure the athletes, those that are maybe watching this as future knights, as well as any who will support these girls, these ladies, we are very grateful for them and want to make sure the experience is awesome. That, again, should be a misdraw. I don't know if that's the correct term. But Clevens did not seem like she got her stick high enough. So this is going to be a redraw. Both players then apparently by the officials' call not able to get the draw high enough. Ball has to get above the head and shoulder area, to my understanding. And if it doesn't, somebody's at fault. And in this case, it deemed that both girls were at fault. Clevens wins the draw and is going to take the ball all the way in as far as she needs to. Attempted to throw the ball inside to 23, Alyssa Umberger, and the ball was bobbled, misplayed, then picked up by Umberger, and the Lady Wildcats maintained possession. So with 16:25 to go in the first half, Randolph will maintain possession and look to attack right down the seam of the defense. Great save by Cammie Miller, shot by Casey Coleman. Casey, freshman from Indian Trail, North Carolina, Porter Ridge High School, and her first shot of the game. Another save by Cammie Miller. Slice defensively down through the heart of the defense. That shot ended up getting Zoe, unfortunately, either on the leg there or hopefully nothing too serious. But before she took that shot, by what I could see, was a foul violation by the Knights, either shooting space or 3 seconds. Most likely would have been, well, actually, I'm going to change my call because I'm seeing what you're seeing as the official is taking a Randolph player off. And if I am correct, that's going to be dangerous shot, which, if I am right, means the Knights will be one player up and the Randolph Wildcats will be one player down. But, folks, I can only see what you can see. And where I'm located, I can't see the scores table very well, so I have to go off what you see and what I see. So we'll figure this out based on who maintains possession coming out of this. Hopefully Zoe is doing well. She took that shot and went down pretty hard. I know a lot of folks give her a little bit of rub about how often she does fall, but in this case, folks, that was a legit owie. Now this is a restart draw, meaning there must have been dual reasons as to why either team could have maintained possession. Clevens ended up winning that. Athletically, Clevens ended up proving how superior she is. Not only did she win that equal draw, throw-in, I think they call that, the throw-in, and then she got a shot off. Ball out of bounds. We were closest to the end line, and here goes Zoe Bradshaw, the athlete she is, that she can clear this thing all by herself, and she takes the ball all the way into the offensive half. Draws trouble, though. There's that double team we've talked about. Where are we going to see extra help defensively by Randolph? Where are they going to cause trouble for the Knights? This is a push by Clevens on the sideline, which will give possession to the Knights. Zoe's taking a little bit of punishment right now. I think sometimes she plays better the more she gets banged up. So we'll see if that's going to work in our favor. Kind of that I play better when I'm more angry kind of thing, but could be wrong here. Throw up offensively, early turnover, attempted to play by Sarah Vanderweeden. She's a freshman from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Love that she's with us. Shout out to her and her dad, Robert. Robert, I owe you lunch, and next time you're here on campus, give me a holler. So love to see Robert. Appreciate all he has done to help us here on our campus. So turnover there. I'm not exactly sure why, but again, Clevens with possession, which initiates the transition so much more easier for the Wildcats, and then knifing through the defense. Leah Hughes again. Just too easy. That restart with Clevens, she can run by 2 or 3, and then that means defensively, unfortunately, you're going to see white defenders moving upfield, which is a cardinal sin defensively, and that opens up the lane for Leah Hughes, and Leah ends up getting an easy opportunity. Good to see the night defenders encouraging Cammie. It's not your fault. Kind of a moment. Great camera view there. They're encouraging her and letting her know it's not her fault. But those restarts end up being the difference in the women's lacrosse. You can't move when the whistle blows, and so if there's an advantage based on what's happening before the whistle, then when you restart, that advantage is still in play. And it requires a lot of good planning, and unfortunately, the Knights there allowed Clevens, who's just a super athlete, to get through most of the initial midfield defense, and then that opened up opportunities again. Draw by Clevens, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. The fact that she can run through 3-4 midfielders before she gets to the 12-meter, and then there distribute. She was close enough to actually be the shooter. But as long as Clevens has the ball in her stick, it's going to be dangerous for the Lady Knights because she can do the work of 2 or 3. Good defense played here by the Knights. That's, again, Mora, Cadiente, and as well as, let's see, I'm looking at numbers as you are. On dish inside, easy goal opportunity. That looks like Ashton, again, Ewers scoring easily inside. I didn't see who the assist came from, but, again, too much attention, sometimes given to the ball carrier, allows for easy opportunities on cutters inside. A key part of women's lacrosse, ladies lacrosse, is the cutters offense. Ball carrier behind the goal will move laterally east-west, while cutters will run directly to the goal, kind of north-south. And in that instance there, a little bit too much attention played to the ball carrier. Somebody lost track of their man, similar to basketball, and a backdoor cut. And that cut allowed for an easy opportunity. 14:31 left in the first half, 5-2 for Randolph. Southern Virginia needs to have some possession time. At this point, I know if I were talking to them, I would do all that I can to help them understand that we just can't play defense this often. We're good enough to be in this game. We're good enough to be able to win this game. We just can't continue to allow them, through Clevens, to have this much possession time. New face-off draw here. This, again, is... I think this is Sarah, right? I can't tell the jersey number. Yeah, it is Sarah with the first draw. A neat story about Sarah, she's actually a phenomenal goalie and came here to play field and is helping us, again, Clevens just knifing through our defense. But I'd do anything I can to just not allow her to touch the ball. She's the difference in the game. This game is a tie game, if not an advantage to the Knights. If Clevens is not on the field, she does it all, from the draw to the transition the ball from one end to the other. And she's even been integral in some of the defensive stops. So that's a ball possession to the white, to the Knights. Andy Martin, ball out of bounds to our goalie, Cammie Miller. Cammie Miller back over to Mara. Mara makes a look, dangerous play into the middle, not clean. Ball is going to be turned over and misplayed by Randolph, so it should have been Randolph ball. Number 22, Taylor Gamble, midfielder sophomore from Gloucester, Virginia, Gloucester High School, misplays the ball, and it is Lady Knights ball. Ball taken back a little bit to go forward, which is a smart decision in clearing. Darian Sorensen trying to play the ball forward to Rainey. Rainey getting a push from behind. That was aggressive play. Obvious call, easy call. You just hate to see our ladies go down. Rainey's tough though. She'll make sure she'll bounce back and be ready to make good on the play here. Neat shout out, if I may, to Rainey. Fun story tied into her. One of my best friends when I played at BYU is her uncle, Ricky Kirshner, and Ricky and I are very, very, very close friends and have been for many years. And Rainey is the niece to Ricky Kirshner. So if Ricky and family are listening, and shout out to you and to the Whitworth family from Savannah, Georgia. And Rainey's a transfer from SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design. We're lucky to have her. We're glad to have her. We're glad she's a part of this program and a key part of what we're building. This is her second year here, and she is an ambassador for the women's lacrosse team. She is helping with future players as well as keeping the core of this team together as we battle and fight to become the program we will be. Don't know of the foul there. The fog is kind of making it hard for me to see all of the calls, but honestly, I don't know them all either, so what I see, I'll call. But the good news is Sarah Vander Weeden is going to possess the ball here, and the clock is running. I don't know that it should be, but I'll disregard that. Claire Houtling, a chance to run down the middle of the defense. She is difficult to handle, a great offensive player. She's probably playing at about 50% capacity. I know when she first showed up, she could do a lot of dangerous things. She's been rehabilitating her knee and is working towards becoming back to the full play that she has once been able to play at. We look forward to that. This is going to be a ball out of bounds on a shot. Claire took the shot, and great athleticism. Rainey Whitworth ended up being closest to the end line when the ball goes out. So this will be Southern Virginia ball. Zoe on that right wing that she likes so much. Randolph going to isolate, assist there defensively. Chance to, again, watch Claire. Ooh, close to the end line. That black line is actually out of bounds, didn't go out. So Claire's ball on the end line. And again, a good chance to settle down. Again, if Randolph isn't going to play the ball behind, I would say let it stay there for a while. Claire chooses to go left-handed. That was the design defensively. They chose to let Claire go to her left, which is not her dominant hand, and so that shot doesn't end up doing all that it could. And this is the theme of the day. Clevens storming up the midfield through a couple players. She makes a good distribution pass to Leah Hughes again, but great save, Cammy Miller. But before the save, I think we're going to have a shooting space violation, potentially. Which we are going to get an 8-meter shot. If the camera can open up a little bit, I could see who's taking that shot. There we go. This is going to be the shooter, Hughes, again. So she gets another shot. She's had multiple shots on goal, and looks to be very comfortable offensively. Is one of the top players for the Wildcats. Ball chased out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats on that shot, closest to the end line. Can't see the jersey numbers. I apologize for all of the folks. Wide open on the crease. Somebody was lost. Taylor Riccardi, midfield junior from, again, Lexington here in town, Rockbridge County Wildcats. Now she's a Randolph Wildcat, and she's making an inside goal very easy there. I think, if the story is correct, I ran into Taylor's mom at the DMV. Funny story. Anyway, so Taylor being a junior midfielder there for Lexington, Virginia, makes the score 7-2. Unfortunate error, as you witnessed, the Southern Virginia Knight defenders losing somebody. Well, not somebody, Taylor Riccardi, and unfortunately the turnover cost a goal. So our Lady Knights are learning. They're playing hard. This is a game, again, this is at their level. They're going to want to scrap and fight over the next 9 minutes, 9:50 to stay in this game, get to halftime. Sarah Vander Weeden on the draw. Clemens wins that draw. She could control that where she wanted to go. Taylor Riccardi with the ball up the left side. She's going to take the ball behind and possess. These possessions become hard on a team to be scored upon and then to lose a draw. And then to get scored upon and then end up playing defense. So I'll go back to what I said earlier. I think the challenge or the gift, if I could give to the Lady Knights today, is ball possess offensively. Get tired, as I tell my guys, get tired playing offense. I don't believe that scoring a goal is the number one objective of playing offense. Great split move by Aaron Campbell. Aaron Campbell, sophomore midfielder from Prince Frederick, Maryland, Huntingtown High School. That was a shooting space violation by one of our defenders. Looks like that shot saved Cammy Miller. Oh, she saved it and ended up going in. The shooting space violation, Andy Martin, freshman from Tigard, Oregon, Southridge High School. Cammy Miller made the save. She was on it. She got the first piece of it, but didn't find the ball when it was still bouncing around. Ball ends up dribbling in, falling in. And so the score is 8-2. What I was saying before the shot, the challenge, the gift that if I could give to these to the Lady Knights, lacrosse players right now is maintain the ball, possess. You don't need to score so bad as to risk a quick turnover, as you do need to possess the ball. So possession's more important than a goal, I would think, a little bit right now. Let's let their defense get tired. Let's let their goalie get frustrated. Let's let our defense rest and our goalie rest a little bit. So that'll be the challenge here. 8-2 is the score with 8:48 to go here in the first half. Sun's gone down and we're in the dark. The lights are on. The weather is not it's not too cold, so we're just dealing with some fog and the white stuff all over. Nice hard draw by Clevens, but and a takeaway initially for the Knights. Ball turned over, and Riccardi possesses the ball at the moment. I think it's going to be a foul by either Zoe or Claire, but Randolph ball on a quick restart. Misplay by Casey Coleman, attackman freshman from Indian Trail, North Carolina. And again, I'm not sure of the call at the very moment, but it'll be Knight ball with a restart. Ball to Zoe, which is a smart play. Give it to her and watch good things happen. Zoe's going to clear it up the right side. She needs some open space. Hopefully that can she can find that space, or other players can get open for her. This is really hard. You have super athletes who can do a lot, but you overuse them and end up causing either more fatigue or injury. So more ladies need to get involved in contributing towards the success of our evening. Right now, this is a great opportunity for Rainey behind and Claire behind. As we've mentioned, they're going to initiate a lot for us. A little two-man action there, 2v2. Great inside roll. Great inside roll by Claire. Good shot, but as I mentioned earlier, these one-shot possessions are going to be the death of the team because we need to come down and take multiple shots. We miss a couple. That's okay. We retain possession. Now the ball turns over, and Randolph, goalkeeper, gets the opportunity to make an easy look. That's Samantha Fagon from Bayshore, New York, Long Island, Bayshore High School. That's my stomping grounds. Shout out to Long Island if you're all participating and watching Samantha play. Great to see some New York talent all the way down here in central southern Virginia. Easy transition for the Lady Wildcats. We have, again, Taylor Clevens having possession to get the ball down. Riccardi now in possession. I can honestly say that Randolph is more comfortable offensively than we are. They understand the value of the possession and are able to maintain and keep the ball at this end of the field. Much like time of possession, you could gauge in a football game, or you can actually chart time of possession in sports like football. Without a shot clock in lacrosse, time of possession is key. We need to manage that. We're going to have a shooting space violation, and the shooter is Casey Coleman. She'll get a free start on the 8-meter. She's outside a little wide. I'd probably bet she's going to dish this ball off behind rather than take a poor angle shot. So smart play by Casey Coleman, and maintain possession. Randolph will from behind the goal. Now you'll notice the difference here. The Lady Knights, defend the ball from behind, and that pressure gives Randolph a little bit of fits there. Good defense, Sorensen. Good turnover. And because of that pressure, it put Randolph a little bit maybe uncomfortable. Now Randolph doing a phenomenal job of riding or pressing, and a good ball by Sorensen into Cammie Miller. Smart play. You can't defend or hit the goalie inside the crease. And she could stay in there. Different than the guys. The guys can only be in there for 4 seconds. The ladies can be in there for as long as is needed. A good outlet pass and a play off of it's Danielle Bybee. Danielle's a freshman also from Poway, California. So we have 2 Poway participants on the Lady Knight lacrosse team. Ball out of bound or some sort of foul violation. Again, we're not getting comfortable with the ball. We need the ball in our stick more often, and we need to be comfortable. Good job defensively there, though. A little bit of ball pressure by Erica Golder from South Jordan, Utah. She's our Bingham minor, and she ends up causing the turnover. Sarah Vanderweeder down the middle of the defense. She gets checked but continues to possess the ball, which now, folks, let's just see if we can enjoy having this possession with 5 minutes to go in the first half. This possession time, if we can maintain and enjoy and relax, our defense gets a breath, we can get a goal here, and more than anything, let their defenders stress and worry out a little bit. So we'll see how the strategy here. Again, part of this is an isolation game. It's smart offense. I like it. I haven't talked specific offense with Coach Sorensen or Coach Weber recently, but I like the isolation. Basically, look here is either it's going to be initiation dodge from Rainey or from Claire or Zoe, which we can't see is in screen. Those are great opportunities to isolate your best athletes to get opportunities to score. Love the offense. Not that you're trying to decoy the rest of your players. They can be cutters and certainly be very active off ball. But we'll see what the decision is here offensively. Now, if the camera can follow over to the right, we're not viewing where the ball is. If the camera folks can move, whoever's on main camera, move to the right. So there's going to be an 8-meter shot. I can't see who's taking the 8-meter. There must have been a violation prior to the whistle. Obviously, 8-meter shot. I can't quite tell who took that shot. I apologize. Somebody should have been recognized for the opportunity to take that shot. But now we've got a ball out of bounds. It'll be possession to the Knights. And I don't know why we had the free 8-meter shot, but we missed. Goalie either made the save there. So I couldn't quite tell. Maybe Samantha got a piece of that Fagon from Bayshore High School in Bayshore, Long Island, New York. So isolation play for Rainey Whitworth on the back right. Zoe's defender is hanging right near. So this is not good isolation. We need to get the defenders out of there. You'll see the good action by the other offensive players above the goal. Doing a great job there. Sarah Vanderweeden, as well as Samantha Jones, as well as there's a few other offensive players doing a good job of allowing this isolation to exist. Now if Zoe has the legs to make a move there. Erica Golder looking for a cut. We also saw a cut there by Sarah Vanderweeden. Claire just going to bulldodge through there. She had a great location to get that shot off, but unfortunately, ball came loose at the critical moment. She was ready to take that shot. So this is a turnover. Only a minute or so into this possession, ball's going to turn over. Wildcats have possession, and this counterattack is what was really been killing us, especially here with Clevens. She can motor right through the knife right through our defense, end up with an isolation situation like that, and a shot on goal. And that's just tough because it just doesn't mean that it took very much. It didn't take much for Randolph to manufacture that goal. Those are restarts. Those are transition goals. The Knight defense a little bit spread out from each other, unfortunately, and the counterattack that Clevens can mount there is almost unstoppable. You have to anticipate sooner that double team in transition has got to come at some point, way before she gets within the 12-meter. The double team on Clevens to get the ball out of her stick has got to happen a lot sooner. In the hopes that somebody else either is going to hurt us or somebody else is going to turn the ball over. But as long as Clevens has the ball, it's going to be a long evening. She's phenomenal and has has either scored or assisted on every goal to this point. We'll see what the stats say at halftime. So 3 minutes, 14 seconds left, 9-2 Randolph. And we're at the draw. The last few draws were taken by Sarah Vanderweeden. We're going to see this draw taken again with Clevens and Claire Houtling. Good draw. Both girls played it well. Clevens more on the ball there, able to do more damage, take the ball here. Let's see how well the best two players match up defensively. Good check. Rainey. That's what we need. Great check. Take it away. Now bring it down. Let this conditioning. Now this is a good time to try to attack early. This is that counter attack before the defense settles in. Rainey's got a lot of field to work with, and she can get a good quality shot off. And as I say it, she does it. And that's what we need is those early transition opportunities for us. Rainey's a little gassed, but she's in good shape, and she's strong, and she'll be able to bounce back. But that's what we've got to have. That's that counterattack, quick restart. She caused the turnover. She picked up the ground ball, and she motored downfield. Phenomenal job, Rainey. We need more ladies doing that for us, and we need to prepare for Clevens because she's going to do it to us as well. She's going to bring that right back down on us hard. We got to be more prepared to get the ball out of Clevens' stick. That's the key to the game for me. So with 2:48 left to go in the first half, 9-3 Randolph over our Southern Virginia Knights. And we will draw again. This is Claire Houtling drawing against Clevens Clemens again, I think. We'll see what the camera. Yeah, it's 12 again. So Clemens is again on the draw. I don't know what the draw number is going to be, but they're probably not going to be much in our favor. We've probably had 12, 13 draws now. So I would say we've probably lost 10, and they may have won more, the majority of them. I think this is going to be a legal check by Claire, being aggressive, which I do like. I'll say that. I like that we're aggressive, and I think in women's lacrosse, fouling is other than the ones that get you a yellow card. I think they don't hurt you too bad, other than a team that's really good on restarts. So I think being aggressive defensively is a good thing. I would encourage it. Good hustle by Sorensen. Rainey ready. And then Rainey was right there ready to help. Whitworth ready to help. Good double team by Zoe. That's what I'm talking about. You need to have girls willing to see the situation, read the situation, and know where to bring help. Good job again there. Sorensen together defensively with Andy Martin double teaming and making the save easier on Cami Miller. Unfortunately, this is, and I can say as a goalie, is one of the things you just can't ever have. It's you can't have a goalie make a save, which you want, and then throw it right back and give it to the other team. Take your time. There's no rush as a goalie. No, they can't defend you when you're in the crease, and frankly, when you're down by 6 goals, nothing wrong with holding on to the ball a little bit longer, especially with 1:45 left to go in the half. Quick restart. Ball played inside. Number 5. I don't have a jersey number for number 5. Unless my eyes are wrong. Maybe that was number 6, which is Riccardi. Regardless, Clemens, ball played. Pass inside to Hughes. Hughes plays the ball over. This is number 19. Good camel angle there for Ewers. Those are some of the names we've heard all day for Randolph. They're the goal scorers. They're the ones doing the damage thus far in the half. Hughes plays the ball to Coleman. Coleman up the right side. Dodge. Good defense. Good defense there by number 8 for Southern Virginia, which is Danielle Bybee again from Poway. And Randolph is content to just hold the ball through the remainder of the half. They force a bad pass there that could have been played out of bounds. Zoe Bradshaw being aggressive. I like that. Aaron Campbell, midfielder sophomore from Prince Frederick, Maryland Huntingtown High School, plays the ball from out of bounds. Dodge and slice through the defense, number 13, Casey Coleman, freshman from Porter Ridge High School. Ball out of bounds on the shot, but backed up well by Clevens. So Clevens' ball defended by Whitworth. Good matchup right there. Cutter offense. Campbell wanting the ball on that cut. Well defended. Ball's on the ground. And the more aggressive play, Whitworth's going to have to go 100 yards literally to bring this to the other goal. We'll see if that's her objective. I'd hate to see her have to do it all by herself. Randolph double teaming at the midfield. And a good play to Claire. But Claire's going to be triple, triple, quadruple, double team. She's going to have to go back to go forward, which is a good clear term. Go backwards to go forward. But, boy, I'd like to see if she couldn't find some other players. With that much attention to one player, somebody's got to be open. That's just the math of it. She attempts to find Zoe, and time expires. That's part of why I think Randolph was being so aggressive. They knew that the time was about to expire. So, folks, we end the first half 9-3. And apologize to be the only one here talking to you. If you can turn the volume off if I am annoying. I apologize. I'm just enjoying myself and love to see the Lady Knights compete and do well. We look forward to the second half. And if it's okay, we'll go ahead and take a break. We'll come back at the start of the second half, which will be in about 9 minutes. And we'll get back with you then. Thanks. Bye. Welcome back. We are here at the start of the second half for our women's lacrosse game up at the fields here at Southern Virginia University in Buena Vista. We are experiencing the best of the weather before the next 5 to 7 inches show. And we're about to begin. Good evening. The weather's not too cold. It's actually quite pleasant for the conditions. And the cameras will show as we zoom out throughout the game. It's very foggy, very picturesque. As we come back, the score is 9-3 in favor of Randolph. Steering some of the stat line, Taylor Clevens 3 goals and 1 assist, so she's not directly attributing to as many goals as I thought. So she's attributed to 4 of the goals. Leah Hughes has 3 goals and Erin Campbell 1, Taylor Riccardi 1, Ashton Ewers 1. And for Southern Virginia, Rainey Whitworth 2 and Zoe Bradshaw 1. So the draws have been, looks like our stat line doesn't carry the draws, and so I won't be able to at least address that on the stat sheet that I have. So we're going to begin this. Those are one of those violations that are a little bit annoying. Great aggressive play by Rainey Whitworth, and by Claire Houting, and she doesn't get to continue with that advantage that she had in that situation. And so, yes, it's still our ball, but we were in a good position to get an advantage run or a transition look to start this half. A violation of some sort there by Erin Campbell, which gives a restart for Claire Houting, and she'll push the ball forward up the left side. Quick counterattack is the call if we can. Erica Golder has possession of the ball behind the goal. She gets double teamed. So a little strategy difference here. It looks like Randolph has decided either by player, meaning depending who has the ball behind the goal, or by the situation of we're just going to play it this way the second half. There was a double team. So now they go back to not defending, and so Claire has the ball behind the goal without resistance, which, again, I like for our Lady Knights. We just need to get comfortable and take advantage of it. Rainey wants the isolation. She loves her left hand. She'll take a shot in her left. She's the most versatile right, left-hand ambidextrous player we have. Good to see the ladies celebrate there. Claire's excited, which together with Rainey looks they are high-fiving each other. And so great goal by Rainey, great isolation dodge. You know, the better players can take advantage of that isolation where on the wing there, on that left wing where one defender's going to try to stop a super player like Rainey's going to be difficult. She scores a goal easily to bring the score 9-4. So the battle for the half, possession time. You know, can we maintain possession? Can we stop those transition runs by Randolph, particularly by Clevens, and bring this game, keep this game close. We're going to have a draw here for Vanderweeden, and she's going up against a new. Well, maybe not new, but this is Alyssa Umberger, and she wins the draw initially. And ground ball played by Taylor Riccardi, and a restart. Transition opportunity for the Wildcats. Umberger bring the ball right down the middle of the defense. These are those moments I've talked about. We've got to get in defensively and be willing to help and double team in those transition situations without getting a foul call of a shooting space, certainly not a 3-second call. So we weather the first transition situation, and Randolph runs into a weave offense from up top, double swipe clear out for isolation for Leah Hughes, who's had a couple goals, or at least a goal. No, she's had 3 goals. And so she's one of the offensive threats we've got to account for. So good job defensively. Cameron Miller with an attempt to get the ball upfield. Looks like that's more of a difficulty than we would like, but the ball is played through. Great ground ball, Samantha Jones playing the ball, and will initiate our transition opportunity offensively and see if we can't possess. I'll go back to what I said earlier. If we can possess the ball and get comfortable playing on this end of the field for the next 27 minutes as much as is possible, this game can be what I want it to be. Great inside move by Claire. Great check, though, defensively. That's a great play for the defense for Randolph. I can't tell if that's number 2 or number 1 But the defender there for Randolph did a phenomenal job of what I would call a back check, meaning you're already beat, and so you just wait for the offensive player to drop their stick to shoot, and you get a simple check, ball comes loose. Claire should have had an opportunity there to score. We would have liked her to have an opportunity to score there. She got to the precious island. Zoe goes down after some tremendous work to get the ground ball. She was fouled. I think the defensive player's a little shocked, but our camera shows she got whacked pretty hard. So even though Zoe did drop, but that was a foul, and they give the ball, rightfully so, to the Knights. And so we're going to possess the ball. Difficult part to get the ball over the restraining line. You've got additional offensive players helping defend for Randolph, and now we get the ball into the offense. But quick turnover by Samantha Jones, and the Wildcats transition to the offensive half. That's number 2, Chelsea Marciniak. Oh, I'm so sorry. Centerville, Maryland, and she is a sophomore attacker or defender by the roster. Randolph possesses the ball into their offensive half. We did defend the transition opportunity. You know, offense for lacrosse is broken down like maybe basketball, but you have early offense, what we call transition offense, that you have to defend, and or offense that you have to create. And then once that's done, it's settled. And for the women, it's settled 7-on-7. And so we're into the 7-on-7 settled defense, which is not been our weakness, I would say. I think that we've made some mistakes in settled 7-on-7. We've lost some cutters. We've not provided good help defense at times. That's a great pick play there. We got to see right in front of the camera between Leah Hughes and Clevens, and that pick caused some trouble for the Lady Knights, but the ball did get to the ground. Great camera angle. Rainey Whitworth making a attempted pass up to Zoe, and the ball does hit the ground. Good check by Zoe. Again, Zoe being the more aggressive girl. She's always going to be fighting and scrapping. The key becomes, can we keep her on her feet? And Zoe, I love her scrappiness. I really do. I think that she gets teased a little bit about being on the ground, but the reality is she's around the ball. How many girls are we seeing around the ball as often as Zoe, other than maybe Claire and Rainey? And so Zoe's a tremendous asset to the program, and she ends up getting herself in a position to contribute towards some success offensively and defensively, and love her effort. So Zoe plays the ball from behind. She's looking for an isolation opportunity. I don't know if that was a shot or a pass, but it didn't get very far, and goalkeeper ended up picking up Samantha Fagon from behind, and so it's going to be, well, I'm sorry, folks. I just don't know the rules well enough, and I can't see the officials and what they're calling. So we're going to have a call here. A Randolph player is running back to the 12-meter, which means they're going to give the advantage to an 8-meter shot. So this is an 8-meter shot opportunity. Good chance to get a shot on goal. I can't quite see who's going to be taking the shot for the Lady Knights. Let's hope she can get something. Nice shot. Love it. Top shelf. A lot of the Lady Lacrosse players are always shooting bounce shots, which is not horrible. But I know when I worked with the ladies for a semester, Erica Golder, look to see if she can ping that corner again. I like to see, and she goes for the bounce shot there, does miss the shot, and a smart play by Randolph. And you can see the frustration by Claire. She knows that she got kind of beat strategically there on that shot. Smart play by Carrie McCain. Carrie is a defender from Lynchburg, Virginia, Jefferson Forest High School. And turnover, Zoe ends up winning the battle there athletically to get the possession, and she's going to initiate, if she's got the legs, right down the heart of the defense. She's determined to get a shot off, as she does take the shot with a jump shot. Now, they may be calling her for a dangerous play. She landed on somebody or in the crease. I can't quite tell, but maybe not even the call, because we maintained possession. And Elizabeth Bonney closest on the shot out of bounds. Claire Houtling now possesses the ball from behind, and again, by choice, Randolph is choosing to say, you can have the ball back there, we're not going to defend you. And that plays into our favor. We're eating up the clock. We got the last goal. We're comfortable. It's 9-4. This is how we're going to get back into this game, is we can possess like this and defend in the transition game. If we turn it over, defend. Don't let them transition. Good isolation play for Zoe. This worked in the first half. Top shelf shot. This is what we needed. Great shot, Zoe. Girls are excited. Ladies are excited. And we get a score here, making it should be, if I'm correct, it's going to be 9-5. And we're fighting back. They took the wrong stick, and Zoe's saying, no, I scored. It was me. I scored. So They're going to offer to have the stick checked by the opposing coach. The opposing coach says, no, I can't quite tell, or maybe yes. Great camera angle here, Zoe. Great job on an isolation dodge. A lot of effort put into that play, too, earlier when we stopped and stalled some of their transition situation and ended up taking the ball over. Timeout, Randolph Wildcats. They want to talk this over coming out of the first half in the first 7 minutes, almost 7 minutes, 6 minutes 54. Or 6 minutes 56 seconds in, we've scored 2 goals. We've possessed the ball. We've been the more aggressive team. Great adjustments at halftime by Coach Weber, Coach Sorensen. Great job by the Lady Knight lacrosse players to come out of the halftime saying we're going to do more, and we can, and they have, and it's nice to see. So kind of a new start. We'll have to come out of this timeout. This is where I would be in the huddle saying, no more celebrating. We still got work to do. 2 goals is great. 2 goals is not enough. And so hopefully we can come out anticipating them making some adjustments, which they will. The Wildcats will think of a few things coming off this draw that they can do. I would fully expect Clevens to just win the draw, or not win it. I mean, we're going to defend her, but I'm sure their strategy is going to be get Clevens to attempt on the draw. She didn't take the first couple, so I don't know if it's by injury or by strategy, but Clevens didn't take the first couple of draws. They're going to come out of this timeout and try to get her on the draw, I would assume, and get her to just take off. It is tough to defend her in the open field. It makes me think you have 2 strategies to stop that. Either pack it in and let her have it, concede the transition, and turn and run in. That's an option I would consider if Clevens has the ball, meaning everybody get in, or double team and pressure. Make sure she has to get rid of the ball and can't maintain possession. So we'll see if one of those 2 strategies are employed here coming out of the timeout by Lady Knights, because you got to expect that that's what Randolph has discussed coming out of the timeout. So Umberger, though, is going to take the draw. Maybe she's got the better. Alyssa Umberger is probably from Hershey, Pennsylvania, just up the road on 81. And she will take the draw. She's a sophomore midfielder from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Good time to see what we can do coming out of the timeout. Good opportunity to again, I always talk about the first 2 minutes. First 2 minutes of a quarter, first 2 minutes of a timeout. That's key. Great job. Rainey Whitworth stole what was Umberger's draw. And this is what we need. We need early offense, transitionally speaking, before Randolph can settle up. As you'll notice, a defender running away, not recognizing that Rainey had the advantage. Rainey got bumped hard. But that's good stuff there. I don't know if you noticed, but Alyssa Umberger, the defender there in on the goal line, who had come all the way down off the draw, Umberger, had her back to Rainey Whitworth. Rainey had attacked and then bounced back off and then re-attacked. That's good stuff for us offensively. And we need more of that as long as we have the legs and lungs to do so, because if we don't allow Randolph to set up and establish, we have the opportunity to attack. When they get settled in on their defense, they can do good things. Rainey gets rewarded for her efforts and the foul that was created by the Randolph defender, which was probably number 15, Andy Moore. And Rainey gets a free shot and a goal. Phenomenal. And she's rewarded not only for the fact that she worked hard and re-attacked transitionally or initially and then bounced back and then re-attacked, and then she drew the foul. And then she's practiced long and hard on taking these 8-meter free shots and become a very excellent shooter. These become, in essence, like basketball free throws. You know, you want to foul in basketball while shooting, and you give the offensive player the chance to get a free throw. Well, in the game of lacrosse, it's no different. You foul with inside the 12-meter, and the offensive player gets the opportunity to take what is a free shot, as we saw right there. So 3 consecutive goals by the Lady Knights. Great start to the second half. 22:42 left in the second half, and we are in this game at 9-6. So we'll go back to some of the themes we've been talking about since the beginning, or I've been talking about as I blabble on here, hopefully entertaining somebody. But Vanderweeden with the draw. Clevens takes the ball, and she's knifing through us here. We better find a way to double team or foul her or hope that, as was the case, she hits our goalie. Cammie Miller, right place, right time. Sometimes that's the better play by a goalie than actually being the one that can save the ball. You're just glad that it's shot at you, and a great save. The athlete that Zoe is takes off. She's got 50 yards covered so far. She went from goal line to the 50, now to the 40. So she's a single lady clear. Randolph, though, has done a good job of bringing their attackers down and doubling up before we get the ball over the restraining line. This is a great strategy that doesn't have much risk, and it makes our lives difficult to get the ball into the offensive zone. We just did, and Rainey, again, attacking early, which you like to see. Elizabeth Bonner with the possession there. Nice to see Elizabeth Bonney possess the ball. Great dodge, Erica Golder. She got right in front of the goal as a righty facing the wrong way. She didn't have the courage maybe to shoot that left-handed. We've seen Rainey do that. Claire's attempted to do that, and the ability to play ambidextrously, both right hand and left hand, gets you some of those shot opportunities. Claire Houghling possessing the ball behind. And again, not to be repetitive, but to be very excited about this. When we possess the ball back there and Randolph allows us to have the ball back there, there's a lot of comfort and a lot of good that comes from that. This looks to be a foul. Referee saying elbow to somebody. Somebody elbowed somebody, and they're going to give the ball. All right, it stays. Yeah, that's an offensive foul because they're giving the ball to Randolph. So somebody offensively threw an elbow. So everybody freezes. They give the ball to the person who was fouled. Somebody fouled this Randolph player. She gets the possession, and so now there's a counterattack. Ball turned over quickly. Great job, Rainey. She got in there. She said, "Give me the ball. I want this thing to happen now." Yellow card, first of the game. That's Umberger. Umberger's getting a yellow card. This will be a 3-minute. I hope I'm right. I'm pretty sure it's 3 minutes. The rules have changed since I've actually been on the sideline for a women's game, so I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure for the next 3 minutes until Randolph will play one down. And also new to the rules, most fans already know this, but for those that don't, that means Randolph will have one less defender in their defensive half. So we'll play 7 white versus 6 black. Then so there will be an advantage as long as the yellow card is in play, which I'm assuming there is because Randolph is kind of packing it in a little bit. Shooting space in 3 seconds still applies. Zoe with a great isolation on the right wing. We're feeling pretty good about our play right now, which is awesome. So Randolph played with one less defender because of the foul on Umberger, and ball played through on a cutter, which is not our strength. I would not think that we're a cutting offense. But there was a cutter, ball played through, bounced through. Zoe in the right place, right time, picks up the ball, runs her prototypical dodge, the thing that she's famous for right now, or at least what her bread and butter is, to dodge off that right wing and get a shot opportunity. She's a good finisher. She has a nose for the goal, and she, like Claire, right now the 2 leading scorers for us at Southern Virginia. Rainey Whitworth has got, I think, 3 or 4, and Zoe's got to have at least 3 now as well. And so our 2 leading scorers are getting it done. The score is 9-7, 20 minutes at the halfway point. Only 10 minutes in. Sorry, a third of the way through the second half. Now, as I expected, again, coming out of that last time out, Clevens has got the ball, and she's on the draw with Sarah. This is where that athleticism and speed is going to be dangerous. Now, here's a good double team by Zoe. Get the ball out of Clevens' stick, which was a good job there. Casey Coleman possesses the ball. She throws the ball up to Leah Hughes. And this is what I was talking about. I don't think the rest of the Randolph players warrant as much attention as Clevens. Clevens is wide open right there, and she gets the ball without any resistance. That's the difficult thing. When Clevens has the ball, dangerous things are going to happen. I would say the other players on this team, it's okay to let them possess. Little midfield weave above the 12-meter. Isolation dodge down the right side by Ashton Ewers. She loses the ball, but there must have been a call here. I don't know if this is a defensive foul by Zoe Bradshaw or if this was a 3-second call. So depends on who they move. Maybe we'll get an indicator. But this is going to be a free shot for Ashton Ewers. She's, again, the junior from William Campbell High School here in Virginia, in Gladys, Virginia. So she gets a free 8-meter shot, and she chooses to pass, which is phenomenal. I mean, again, they've done this before. That's a pass to Taylor Riccardi. Most of the defense there, myself included, is thinking shot and shot only. Cammie Miller as well. Maybe he wasn't prepared. But certainly I can see who was the defender that could have prevented that shot. It might have been either 8. I can't tell. I remember Daniel Bybee was over there on that corner. But somebody wasn't prepared for a restart cutter. Not something that's common. Normally you're going to see the shooter take the shot, but teams that are well coached are going to initiate different looks in different situations there. And a nice goal. Didn't see who the scorer was. I apologize. I'm a little biased looking at our Southern Virginia Knights and who's doing what, and I didn't notice who took the shot there, so my apologies. But the score now 10-7. And on the draw, Vander Whedon is up against this is Clevens again. So we're going to see if we can't neutralize the situation. Clevens wins the draw, and it wasn't Vander Whedon. It was actually Erica Golder. We lose the draw. Clemens possesses the ball, and she's going to take off. We better have a plan to slow her down. A good job. No shooting space violation. No 3 seconds, and a little bit of a double team. But we've lost somebody wide open there. Clemens makes the attempt pass to Marciniak. Sorry, Chelsea. Ball turns over, but ground ball picked up by Aaron Campbell and company. And the Lady Wildcats possess the ball with easy dodge through the Knight defense. Multiple defenders in the area, but not one of them able to slow down the shooter. I think that was Casey Coleman. Restart on the end line. And multiple dodges by number 6. I think that's number 6, Taylor Riccardi, right? Taylor's done a lot of damage today, our local Lexington product. Playing close to home again. Dangerous, very aggressive dodge by Marciniak. She came right down the heart of the defense. No resistance. Nobody helping on that defense, and she buried that shot. There was no question she was going to put that on goal and hammered it. That was a strong play by Randolph. Back to the beginning discussion. Are we going to double team? Are we going to single play? And a lot of these situations, we're sticking to a man-to-man. His zone defense is something we played last year and a little bit here at Southern Virginia. Not part of what Coach Weber's doing, which is great. There's more than one way to get the job done. But regardless of man-to-man or zone, there is a need to slow down some of these shooters. And in that situation there, Marciniak ended up right down the heart of the defense without any resistance. So it looks like Golder taking the draw for us. This will be our third person to take the draw. We're trying to figure out that matchup that's going to slow down Clemens, who is really owning the middle of the field and draw like that to herself, and then she runs by without much resistance. You see 4 white girls trailing her within seconds. Then it's an easy dump to a wide open shooter and calls the goal off. Interesting. So Marciniak ended up carrying her momentum into the goal. And so unless I'm wrong on this, that meant no goal. So she got too close to the crease, even though she was wide open. It was a great look from Clemens to Marciniak. And so they give the ball back to Miller. Miller ends up with the ball. And again, like we've talked about, she can take all the time she wants in there. That should be interference. One of the defenders, Randolph, ended up interfering with Cammie Miller. May not be a call that I'm familiar with, but Cammie should be able to throw the ball out of the crease without a check from a riding Randolph player in a black jersey. Nonetheless, Randolph ball played behind. I like this aggressive play by Sorensen. She's making life difficult for Umberger. But Umberger wins the ground ball and now actually has a step. Where's the defense? Oh, too many girls looking away. Umberger ended up isolation dodge on Sorensen, even though Sorensen had made it initially a great play to get the ball on the ground. Umberger ended up kind of dodge, back away, and re-dodge, kind of like we saw at Whitworth earlier. And that dodge ended up unfortunately hurting the Knights because the defenders, when she backed out, and then reattacked. When Umberger reattacked, the Knights were looking away as if, well, she's not coming in here, and looked away, and left Sorensen on an island, and Umberger had a step early behind the goal and ended up getting an opportunity to score there. So Knights come out with, I think, 4 goals unanswered, and now we've had 3 goals unanswered, I think, or somewhere in that neighborhood, a run by Randolph. So it's a game of runs this half. The score's 12-7. I like the timeout. Coach Weber deciding, look, ladies, we can be in this game or we can give it away. There are a few principles in play here. Offensively, possess and make good decisions, and then defensively, they're going to have to play better together. Never one person going to take the assignment to stop the Randolph offense, but. Again, whether it's a preset slide, a double team situation that's not coming together correctly, or whether how they defend by themselves in a no slide defense, either way, we've got to see the Knights come together and slowing up the offensive attack of the Randolph Wildcats. I give credit to Randolph, though. I mean, they're well coached, and they've got some super athletes that are attacking and doing good things. But we've got good and super great offensive or lacrosse players on our side too, and we just need to find that balance between how we're going to get this run or this gap of 5 goals to shorten up and maintain, keep this game close enough for us to fight through to the end. But this is the closest that we've been in a game this year. Again, the Ferrum game was good, was a good contest for us, but I don't think we were 12-7 in the second half, and so this is our first contest that's right up our alley where we can do a few things well. We're going to stay in this game. We're back to the theme though of we've got to stop Clements, and she ends up winning these draws very easily, and then she also ends up running through quite a few defenders very easily. I don't know if I would be more aggressive and maybe get a little bit more physical. Certainly, Andor, as they have done here, Vanderweeden on the draw. We're just going to have to rotate. On the draw, we're going to have to hope that somebody else can slow her down because she's just a machine right now. She ended up losing the draw initially. The ball was played better by Sarah, but Clevens, just the athlete she is, ends up playing a little bit better body control, ends up in a place where she can win the ground ball better and just almost runs with ease through the defense, chooses not to attack. Wide open player on the crease. If somebody finds her, Clevens didn't look for her. They had a wide open player on the crease. So Clevens is just going to say, I'm going to do this all myself here. She takes a shot off the pipe. Maybe Miller got a piece of that, but Clevens wants to take this thing into her own hands. And that's going to be tough for us because she can do what she wants. We're going to have to always double team her. It's kind of like playing the Michael Jordan, if you will. You're going to have to account for that and have a plan. Defensively, Knights, Samantha Heyer, from Sandy, Utah, Jordan High School, beat Digger. Defending, she's a freshman. Samantha out there. I think that's Samantha. I may have it wrong. Maybe Andy Martin. I just think I saw number 6. Again, Clements right down the heart of the defense. Great save. Clevens got all she wanted out of that dodge and able to see a clear shot. Cami Miller, right place, right time. Nice to have Zoe to your right, just somebody super athletic you can give the ball to and watch them clear. Claire ends up misplaying that pass from Zoe. This is a ground ball opportunity for Sarah. Love to see that aggressive play. Got to be careful, though. Somebody on the backside gets an easy check. Sarah, though, was running forward. They're going to give the call a kick on Randolph. I thought it was the other way around, but Sarah's ball, middle of the field, looking for a quick restart advantage. She plays it to the outside to Claire, which is a great move. We actually have a 2-on-1, but one of the offensive players didn't turn around. That was Erica Golder. She was wide open ahead of the ball, didn't see. Claire wanted to throw her a pass. She didn't turn around. Claire took the shot. I think it got part of the pipe. Not to take credit away from Randolph goalkeeper Samantha Fagon, but a great job there for that quick restart. Zoe looking to push the ball, change the field, if you will, outside to Claire, and Claire up the side looking for Golder, and almost a goal. Save opportunity for Randolph. Quick restart, awkward throw, a little bit lobby. Don't like to see those rainbow passes. Great job, Zoe. Way to beat a double team. Zoe's going to bring the ball down to the heart of the defense. She's just like Claire, knows how to attack. This is going to be a unfortunate. Zoe is on the ground. I don't know what they're going to call here. This is a tough call for the official because you got an offensive player who's being aggressive. You got a defensive player who's not set like a pick. I mean, like a charged defender would be in basketball. If you're set as a defender, there is charging, and I can't tell if the official's calling that or not because. Well, again, I can't hear or see all this being called, but we'll know based on who they give the ball to. But they could call a charge on Zoe, or they could call a foul on Randolph. And I think I think they're going to call it a double foul, which is kind of a bailout by the officials, meaning we're not sure who did what first. Anyway, you see this sometimes in football, right? Both teams get a foul, and in the end, it means nothing. So that's a throw-in, and Zoe, the athlete, wins it, the better athlete for us, which is great. Love the effort today by Zoe Bradshaw. She's been a difference. I don't see Rainey much on the field at the moment. Haven't been paying attention. But if Rainey Whitworth is hurt, that's going to be a big hit to the ladies. Oh, there she is. She's in the middle of the field. Okay, so they may be shutting her off. And it looks like they may be playing her a little more aggressively than. No, Umberger's given her space. Looks like she can possess the ball. Well, good possession here by the Knights. We want to possess the ball. We want to take the air out of it a little bit. We want to have the ball in this half. We definitely want to come out with a goal, but possession time is key here. Great isolation look for Claire. This is her strength to the right. Easy goal. Well, I shouldn't say easy. It's a lot of hard work out there, but it looked easy because she got to her dominant hand at the right place on the field, that back right-hand corner. She's only got one girl to beat in that isolation dodge, which she does. Good clear out by the rest of the Knights. Danielle Bybee there congratulating her, Zoe congratulating her, all saying, good job as they all ran what was really a great isolation play, giving Claire, one of our stronger players. I think that's her first goal of the game today. But I don't think it's her first goal on the season. I'll have to look that up really quick. No, she's already got 3 goals and assists before today. So she gets a good goal, kind of kills that Randolph charge of their three-goal run there they had. So 12-8's the score. And we can do what we offensively. We can get what we want if we get the possessions and we're able to run the stuff we like to run. Good job, Sarah Vanderween. Ends up tying up, neutralizing, if you will, Clevance. The ball got played loose. Unfortunately, a good ground ball by Campbell down the middle of the field. This is this attacking offense that can hurt us. Now, that was a pass out of bounds. Should be Southern Virginia ball, even though Randolph chased it because it's not a shot. If it had been a shot, then it would be Randolph ball. But that was a throwaway by Randolph. Again, I talked about the 2 types of offense that you have to defend for, and the 2 types of offense you have to prepare yourself, offensively to have in your arsenal. What's your attacking transition offense, and what's your defense against attacking transition offense, and then of course your settled 7-on-7 offense and 7-on-7 settled defense. I thought we're doing a really good job, I think, for the most part, in our settled 7-on-7 defense. Our transition defense needs some work, but I guess that also has a lot to do with just Clemens, who can just do it all. Right now, it's going to be Southern Virginia ball. Looks like there was a foul of some sort. So we're going to go back to go forward. Like I said, is a good thing. Golder goes back, but it's misplayed by Sorensen. We've got enough Lady Knights back there. If we'll get some hustle, Cadiente is back in that area, but the ground ball is won by Umberger, a name we're calling a lot tonight. A great shot opportunity by Marciniak, and a great, even better though, save by Miller. Quick outlet to our superstar here, Rainey Whitworth, who can go the distance. She's going to carry the ball, draw a double team, and there's Clevance making a play. She does it all. She does it on offense. She does it on defense. And there we'll see 4 white jerseys around her, and really the only one that can keep with her. Nice hustle down the side with Samantha Jones, who's an offensive player who can't cross that restraining line. But out of all the defenders in the area, she was the only one that was able to keep with Clevance. 7-on-7 offense for Randolph at the 12 minutes left in the second half. And let's hope that Southern Virginia can make a stop here and retain possession or gain possession in an attempt to get the ball to our offense. Zoe covered again. Oh, she's just got consistent bad habit there of turning her stick over like a shovel upside down to push the ball. That's illegal. You can't turn your stick over. She knows that. She's wiggling her head. I think she knows that's all on her. That's just giving away a possession because it would have been our ground ball, but now ball possession maintains with Randolph. And it'd be nice to be playing some offense right now and give our defense a breather. All right, 7-on-7 man-to-man defense. We're going to look and see where the help's coming from. And right there, dodge to the right, Zoe would be the help. Ball played well by Andy Martin. Maintained possession for Randolph by Aaron Campbell. And ball now possessed up top. Dodge, roll dodge, spin dodge. And it looks like a save by Cami Miller. That was Ashton Ewers. She did a nice roll dodge there. Good footwork. Ended up losing the defender. The defender fell. I didn't quite see who that was. There was a shot taken and backed up by Randolph. So this will be Randolph possession on the end line. 11:20 to go. 4-goal game. Randolph possessing. The Knights need to gain possession and get comfortable again on the offense. Randolph looked more uncomfortable the more they played defense, right? There's no secret in sports. We wide open on the crease. Somebody's lost their player there. I don't know who's playing number Umberger's wide. Oh, there we go. Now she's covered up. Weave up top, midfield weave a little bit there. Campbell passes the ball to Umberger. Umberger isolated at the midfield, chooses to back out and pass the ball off to, no surprise, guess who? Clevens can do whatever she wants when she wants. She chose to take that and knife through the defense. Took a shot, not on goal, backed up though by Randolph. No joke, folks. I would shut her off. I would take my best athlete and even my worst defender, but my best athlete out there and just say, don't let Clemens touch the ball. At this point, that's the difference in the game. You're down by 4, and I can just, everywhere else on the field we match up very well. Umberger is solid there on the left-hand dodge. She's comfortable to go to the left, chooses not to, bounces the ball to Marciniak, who has had a strong showing today. Back to Clemens. You're hearing a repeat of the same names. This is a well-coached team. Good dodge by Clemens. Good double team by Sorensen. Great initiation to come in there and slow up Clemens. But unfortunately, shooting space violation. She came in at the wrong angle and is going to get the call. So we need Miller to step up big here. And unfortunately, Clemens can bury that shot. She's been there before. Very confident, very comfortable. And that violation by Sorensen ends up costing us. But you know what? You can't discredit Sorensen and what she did there. She was stuck in a spot where she needed to help. Unfortunately, the angle she took and Clevens being crafty ended up making it an easy shooting space violation. But if Sorensen doesn't help and is not in that shooting space area, I don't know that Clevens doesn't get what she wants initially anyway. So here we are, 13-8, 10 minutes to go. It's been a little back and forth since both teams had some runs coming out of halftime. It'd be nice to see if Lady Knights can get the ball, possess. Let's get a couple 2-3 goals again, get back to a 3-goal game. We're capable of it. We've just got to possess. We've had multiple draws here that don't go in our favor. This is going to be Sarah Vanderweeden again up against Clemens. Taylor Clevens, super player, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Senior. I don't know her stats for the previous few years, but she's the real deal. She wins this, chooses not to attack early offense. Again, she could take that if she wanted. There's not really much there to slow her down. And so now Randolph will possess. Smart, again, well coached, choosing to say, hey, we're up 5 goals and we're just going to possess. Although there's a cutter down the seam of the defense. Campbell was wide open. She did not play the ball cleanly. Great pickup by Sorensen. So now we need to transition the ball to our offensive end, and unfortunately, trying to go through Clevens is not easily done, and she takes the ball away from Sorensen and maintains possession and plays the ball behind. Bad positioning by Sorensen, but then Whitworth steps in and makes the difference. Coleman choosing to take advantage of an opportunity and because of Whitworth's defense, and then that's turned away by the Knights defensively, which is great. So a little midfield weave up above again. Umberger played the ball to Ewers. Ewers is playing the ball out on the wing to Coleman. Coleman looked defeated inside. Great job, Zoe. Anticipation there. That's that super athlete we're talking about. So it's not just that she's got great legs to run up and down in lungs. She anticipated great head play there, recognizing that anticipation pass to the inside cut. Now we get it into our offensive half here, and again, early at offense by Zoe, who's tired. She's kind of lost her gas, being the sole reason the ball got to that far. She made the defensive play, and she transferred the ball all by herself. She lost her legs coming down there and ended up trying to do too much. It was an easy stop for Fagon, who ended up just basically playing catch on that shot, and the unfortunate turnover on a short offensive possession. So now Randolph has the ball back in the offensive box. A good play there, I thought, by Golder. But it is a call maybe for some sort of illegal check, or I think they call that a hold when you check down and hold on the stick. But nonetheless, possession by Randolph at a time with under 8 minutes to go. We need the ball. We absolutely need the ball. We can score. Our offense will work. We have players who can do some damage offensively. Coleman struggling to possess the ball under the pressure from Whitworth. Ball played up to Marciniak, who is a powerful dodger and a confident shooter. Great job defensively there. That's another smart play by Sorensen. Sorensen's been a good job of helping when she can, even though she's gotten some calls, but she gets it. Her role is to play defense. Ball misplayed by Randolph out of bounds. Last touched by Riccardi and or the Wildcats, but nope, they're going to actually say Caliente touched it last, so it stays with Riccardi, and so Wildcat ball on the end line. Clements doing all that she can easily. There was a play on foul. The official had the flag in the air. That would have been a illegal check foul of some kind, a little bogey check call of some kind. She just takes it when she wants and goes. And if we don't have a plan to stop her, we didn't have a double team or a help defense employee at that moment, or a shutoff. I'll go back to what I said earlier. You know who she is. Don't let her touch the ball. But she did get the ball coming off that restart. Riccardi made the pass to her, and Clevens ended up getting what she wanted and into the middle of the field with an easy shot, and more than Coleman can handle. And the score is 14-8 with 7 minutes to go. Clevens will be on the draw. Whitworth is coming up for her first draw in quite some time. I don't think she's taken a draw. If she did, it was early in the game, but I haven't seen her at the draw very much. It is a strategy. Paper, rock, scissors. Some ladies can beat others in certain moves, and you try to find that right matchup. So who knows? But we do have one of our best athletes at the draw here. So if it just turns into a jump ball, that's what we're looking for, is to see. Rainey's probably going to get called for that push. Although again, I've said it all day, all night. I like the aggressive play. It doesn't hurt us. I mean, the restart gives the ball to them, but maybe that's not great. But I do like the aggressive play. Transitionally, we're in trouble here. We don't have the ability to play all the bodies coming in. It was a late pickup. Unfortunately, I could see that 20 yards before the shot. Danielle Bybee was in a tough spot. She had to defend two girls in the same region at the same time. And that happens because coming off the draw, we don't have enough defenders back in to anticipate the transition offense. And so a good push forward. I don't remember who the shooter was. I was paying more attention to the defense. But unfortunately, Bybee can't play two players. We need two players to defend usually one person, and so that would mean we'd need four girls down there in white, not one. So we had three less defenders than probably would be needed, or at least two less defenders if you say three needs to stop two. But unfortunately, we give up the 15th goal of the game, 15-8 for Randolph with the 6:37 to go. And really, it's just a strategy at that point. We've got to get more defenders back. We've got to, maybe fight less for the draw and concede and get back and defend. 7-on-7 defense is something we can do. Good job, Rainey, athletically to jump up there. That's going to be an unfortunate check to the face coming upwards, an upward check as the official indicates. Claire Houtling on Clements. So restart and gives the ball to Randolph. So again here, early offense. I knew it was coming. She chooses not to take the shot, but Campbell could have gone in and done more. She chose to bounce it out, but she attacked early on. When you have defenders running away from the ball and they're not looking at the ball, that's not a good thing. And we had defensive players that are turning and running, trying to find their assignment. I understand they're anticipating, I have to go back and play defense, but you have to know where the ball is, and you have to know how you're collectively going to stop them. Love the aggressive play by Zoe there. I like seeing her play. I coach her all day. She just is anticipating and trying to be aggressive. Unfortunately, she's a little too aggressive. She's one of the only girls out there who's trying to cut the passes. She sees opportunities to kind of cut out and steal a shot. To steal a pass. Dodge down, Ewers down. She got into a deep spot in the offense there. She could have taken a shot. She chose to run it out. Coleman, same. She's up top. They're running a little bit of a weave. Umberger has the ball, and Cutters are running through the defense. I think the call from the sideline right now is a little bit of a slow down and have the ball. Randolph knowing they don't need more goals to win this game. They just don't need Southern Virginia to have the ball, and so part of their offense right now I think is going to be a little bit of a stall. Without a shot clock, this is true to form. You start to see games late in the second half or midway through the second half. A team has a lead, they're just going to sit on the ball. There's no reason, there's no stall call, there's no shot clock, there's nothing preventing Randolph from just playing keep away for the next 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Another opportunity there for Campbell to go to the goal. She's chosen to dodge, get inside, and then back out. So this becomes now a new strategy defensively. So now you have to choose to do some things that you're maybe not accustomed to. You have to early double team. You have to shut off. You have to maybe use your goalie and have the goalie come out and be part of the defense and be creative, because you've got to get the ball out of their stick. And right now Randolph is not interested in really trying to score. They're just going to play keep away for the remainder of the game and go home with a victory here, their first victory of the season. Although, as I say it, there goes a Dodger. Looks like Ewers wanted to get another goal. She did dodge, right-handed, roll to the left, take a shot, and a phenomenal save by Cammie Miller. Good to see that she's still invested in giving her best performance at this point in the game. Clear opportunity by Andy Martin. Andy finds Rainey. Rainey up the middle of the field, though. She's being surrounded by black defenders, but uses her athleticism to bounce that outside. Fatigue may be a factor, although if we can share the ball, we have the weapons to get some damage done. There's Zoe coming up the middle of the field. She draws two. Everybody knows who she is. She cuts back in her left hand. Great job. Way to use your left hand. Way to be aggressive. She knew the defense anticipated her running the ball behind the goal. She put the brakes on, cut back against the grain, went left-handed. Unfortunately, she matched up stick to stick with the goalie defender Fagon, who ended up just making an easy save. Zoe was a little too aggressive there on the ground ball. The ball goes to Randolph. Randolph is counter-attacking right now. Marciniak pass up to Clevens. I don't even want to know what the defense looks like trying to stop her. But again, they're not choosing to score, it looks like. I think Clevens could have done more. She's being a really smart senior player that she is. She knows that White needs the ball more than Randolph needs another goal. Not sure of the call there, folks. Casey Coleman's going to get about an 8-meter free start, which she ends up taking. She started above the 8 meters. It was inside the 12. She takes a shot coming in. Casey Coleman does, right-handed. Great location on that shot, mind you. Off-stick hip side. So Miller's left side, Cammie Miller's left side, right up, hugged up against the pipe. That's as hard a save as there is to make in the game of lacrosse for the men or for the women. So give credit to Casey Coleman, freshman attack player from Port Ridge High School in Indian Trail, North Carolina. So the Wildcats have doubled up the Knights here. So with 2 minutes 26 to go, scores 16-8, and unfortunately, I don't know that we're going to get the win we wanted today. I do like the fight we had coming out at halftime. I like the way we've played most of the game, I would say. The only greater weakness is our transition defense against players like Clements. Our 7-on-7 defense has been solid. Our offense has proven their ability to get goals. Missed opportunity there. Rainey overruns the ground ball, even though she did a pretty good job on the draw. So now we're going to be desperate defensively, which usually makes things easier for the offense. Let's see if we can't put some pressure on the ball with 2 minutes to go and get another possession. We haven't had the ball on offense very much in the last 20 minutes or so. Randolph has been more comfortable, and I said at the beginning of the game, the team that can possess the ball and be comfortable possessing the ball is going to win. And so Randolph has possessed the ball at greater length and has been able to possess and get the goals that they've gotten. Clemens with a dodge there, a foul by Andy Martin. Andy attempted to take the ball away with a check, got a little bit of her head, and checked. That check is going to be a foul call, so that should be an 8-meter shot for Clement. And she makes another look. That's a set play. They've done this before. I don't know what the call is going to be there because somebody ended up getting something on the head there, an unfortunate hit. But Marciniak, that's a set cut off that right pipe where she came off the cut. And I think her follow-through on the shot may have caught Mara. It looks like Mara Cadiente Yeah, on the shot. So she's indicating what happened. Marciniak took the shot on that set play on the 8-meter shot. That's something defensively we'd have to talk about and be more prepared for, because we all focus on the shooter, which was Clevens, and then yet Clevens steps in to shoot and actually hits a cutter. That's a very good play. Something that obviously Randolph has worked on. Unfortunately, Mora ended up Cadiente ends up getting the follow through on her hand. So this could be a foul. Okay, it is. So they take the goal off when you have a follow through like that, where the shooter follow throughs. With the follow through of the shooter ends up hurting an offensive defender in this case. So they give the ball to Mara. Mara then initiates the transition offense. Ball with Rainey Whitworth, and here we go. Great camera angle. Good job to the crew and what they're doing. Rainey knows, we don't have times not in our favor, and she attempted some early offense. Now she's looking for some help to give it to somebody else, which in this case is Rainey Whitworth. So with 1:20 to go, Rainey has the ball behind. And it looks like there's a whistle stopping, not the clock, but the game. Now the clock stops. So I'm not sure the call. Again, I can't see from here what the call may be. Maybe they had an extra defender over, which would be like an offsides call. So they're going to give the ball to Rainey Whitworth with an advantage. They put a defender behind her, and she can attack from that low right angle. A nice set play here like Randolph had would be great, although Rainey Claire just says, I'm just going to take it. She beats her defender, gets to the front of the goal, but that late little back check and interferes with her shot opportunity, and the ball careened out of the offensive zone. Andy Martin with the ground ball plays it forward, but it doesn't go cleanly, and so we have a Randolph takes the ball away. Taylor Gamble, sophomore from Gloucester, Virginia. I think I've mentioned her name already, and she just transitions the ball all the way down to the offensive half all by herself. She wants to get on the score stat sheet and ends up taking a shot against a double team, but Randolph backs up the shot and maintains the ball. Eric Campbell being aggressive, so maybe the stall call is not in play, but with 20 seconds to go, Randolph is going to come away with a victory here. Proud of our Knights, and they're hard fought tonight. Coach Weber did a great job. Not sure Campbell needed to take that shot with 10 seconds to go, up 8 goals, but everybody likes to get their name in the paper. And Cammy Miller's just going to hold on to the ball as a smart play and just throw it out, and then there's the end of the game. So again, thanks for joining us tonight on an unusual weather that we have here on our fields, the turf fields at Southern Virginia University here in Buena Vista. I enjoyed the opportunity to call the game. I love to see the Lady Knights compete. Proud of the girls and their effort, and Coach Weber and the coaches who did a great job. Our program is going forward. This is the best I've seen the Lady Knights play in my eyes, and I've only been here a year and a half, so I'm very grateful for their effort. Thanks to Randolph for making the trip up and over from Lynchburg, and hope that they have a safe return to their campus. So until we are back again, wish you goodbye and safe travels to all, and look forward to being with you again soon. Thank you, and goodbye.